Hello, hello, CLSA family. Today we have a story and a really fun activity involving some toilet paper rolls and printmaking. Our story today is called One More Rabbit. It's by Margaret Wise Brown. She's the same lady who wrote the book Goodnight Moon. This wonderful story was illustrated by Emma Levy. One More Rabbit. Once upon a time in a hollow tree stump lived one excited rabbit with one loving mother and one loving father and two helpful sisters, three not so helpful brothers, and four music-loving uncles, and five busy aunts, and six troublemaking cousins, seven impatient second cousins, and eight merry third cousins, and two grooving grandmothers, and two grooving grandfathers, and four talented great-grandmothers, and four talented great-grandfathers, and eight toe-tapping great-great-grandmothers, and eight toe-tapping great-great-grandfathers, and one delicious birthday carrot cake. It didn't last long. Let's see what happened to it. They were a big, warm rabbit family, all in one clump, and they all celebrated together in a hollow tree stump with a little excited rabbit who was learning how to jump. The end. What a great book about a very big family. One More Rabbit. There's a lot of rabbits in this book, and around this time of year, you see a lot of rabbit-themed things in the stores. For today's activity, you will need a toilet paper roll that is empty, devoid of all toilet paper. We don't want to waste toilet paper in a time like this. You will need some scissors. Also, some glue, some paint on a plate, and something to paint on, either a piece of paper or I made brownies the other day and I liked the color of the inside of the box. So I'm going to be printing on part of a brownie box. Your first step is going to be to cut your toilet paper roll into 3 equal sections. I think I'm going to make each section about an inch because toilet paper rolls are about 4 inches. That way, if I mess up, I'll have 1 extra. These great lines on the board that I'm working on, this is a self-healing cutting mat. These lines can help me measure. So I'm going to have 1 cut that's here, 1 cut that's there, and 1 cut that's there. I'm going to cut up my toilet paper roll. And I'm going to try and keep these cuts as straight as possible. Well, that doesn't look super duper straight. Thank goodness I'm making 4 pieces instead of just 3. That way I have 1 extra, just in case if I've messed up. Now, these toilet paper rolls. Get 3 that are the same height, or as close to the same height as you can find. I think I'll glue it like that. 1 is going to be the head of our bunny, and 2 of these sections are going to be the ears of our bunny. But right now, they don't quite look like bunny ears. I'm going to need to take them and squish them so that they become nice bunny rabbit ear shapes. I'm going to take this one and squish it to give it a nice bunny rabbit ear shape. Next, with my glue, I'm going to use just a little. Remember, dot, dot, not a lot. I'm going to put it right on the bend or the fold, the pointy part of the ear, and I'm going to mush it up against the round piece. I'm going to let everything stay flat on the table while it dries, because if it's flat, it will make a really nice print. If these pieces end up drying all crookedy, it won't make a very good print. So once I get this all glued together, I'm going to leave it flat on the table until it's completely dry. I'll put some glue on this one, and I'm going to stick it to my bunny's head. And then I have some time to play with, because this needs some time to dry. Thankfully, I already have one that's already dry. Behold, the magic of television. I made this one the other day, and it's all dry. I have my two sections that have been squished to make bunny ear shapes. My one section that I left nice and round for his head. I'm going to move this guy to the side so that he has a chance to dry, and we'll be working with this guy from now on. Now, to create this awesome bunny print, I think I might. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do one bunny today. One bunny on this piece, and then I may pull out some more paper and do some more prints. The first thing I'm going to need to do is spread out the paint. The color that I'm going to use for my bunny, I need to spread it on my plate so that it's a nice, even layer. I don't want big blobs and globs, because if it sticks to our wonderful printmaking device in big blobs and globs, it's going to come off on our paper in big globs and blobs. And big globs and blobs are not good when you're using paint. You want things to be as even and as smooth as possible. So I'm going to smooth out my paint. Hopefully I'm going to cover up an area that's large enough for me to press my bunny shape into it. I think that's about it. I think I can. Let's see here. I hope you all are doing well today. I know that I'm doing well because the weather outside is just fine, and I love it when the weather looks great. Maybe I'll do two bunnies, one there and one there. All right, we're going to take our cool bunny shape. I like to hold him with these two fingers in his ears and my thumb right here on his head, sort of like this. That gives me a good place to hold on to, and it gives me a good place to be able to press down and apply pressure. I'm going to get it into my paints. I'm going to swirl them around just a little bit to make sure I get paint on all of my edges. Maybe I'll try it this way too, just to make sure that I get good coverage with that paint. All right, it's time to try it out. Anytime that we're stamping or using something like a stamp, this type of printmaking, it's important that we go straight down and straight up, on and off of our paper. If we slide on or slide off of our page, our print is going to be smeared. So once you have your paint on there, we're going to pick a good place, and we're going to go straight down. And I'm going to press on his ears and around the edge of his face to make sure that all of these pieces have a chance to touch the paper. That doesn't look too bad, but I think it could look even better. I'm going to try and do it again. Maybe like that. Maybe that works a little bit. Bunny, bunny, bunny ears. You can see that there's some areas of mine, like right in here on this ear, that doesn't have any paint yet, because this piece is down lower than this edge. If I put it on a flat surface for the glue to dry to where all these pieces were the same height, I would be getting a much better print. But since I'm having trouble getting paint on those areas, with my brush, I'm going to dab some paint on there. So hopefully something wonderful will happen with this next print. Oh, that's not a bad one. All right, all right. I got two pretty nice bunny-shaped prints going on. In a perfect world, I would allow this some time to dry before I would go on to the next step. But since I do not have that luxury right this moment, I'm going to go ahead and add in some grass for my bunnies to hide in. Bunnies love hiding in grass. Just in case if you didn't know, around this time of year, a lot of times whenever you mow, you have to be careful because bunnies like to make nests in the grass. A nest is like a nice little snug burrow up underneath the grass where they keep their family, their nice little bitty baby bunnies. Got to be careful when you mow because if not, there can be terrible things that happen with the mower and the bunnies, and nobody wants that. You got to watch out for bunny nests. Mm-hmm. Looking nice and grassy. I think I'm going to use my marker for part of the face and my finger for part of the face. I'll show you what I mean. Let me see here. If we want a nice little bunny face, I would start with a line that's like a J. But that's okay. I'm going to curve out to one side and then I'll curve out to the other. I'll add two little bunny eyes. And then I'm going to go on to my next face. A J. Then one that goes the other way. Two little bunny eyes. Maybe these bunnies are a brother and a sister. If this is a sister bunny, maybe she has nice long eyelashes. Oh, these are looking nice. Let's see here. For their ears, I'm thinking an oval might be a great shape to use. I'll start up towards the top, but down a little bit. I'm going to start right below the point, but not right on it. I'm going to go down just a little bit, and I'm going to create a curve that follows the curve of the side of their ear and ends right down at their head. I'll start up here where I started before, and I'll let that curve follow along the edge until it goes back down towards the head. I'll do the same thing on these other ears. I think that'll help it sort of look more like the rest of his ear. Oh, they're not quite done. Remember I said I was going to use my finger for their face as well. My very last step today is going to be some finger painting. I'm going to use my finger and a little bit of pink paint. I'm not going to get a big, huge blob. I'm going to get some on my finger and then tap, tap, tap it on the side. So that way it's a nice, thin, even layer of paint. And I'll go right above this bunny's mouth. And I'll give him a nice pink nose. Maybe I'll give him a little bit more paint. I may have pressed my finger down too hard. Oh yeah, that looks like a nice bright pink nose. Let me get some bunny nose going on this other little bunny. I'm thinking that perhaps I might be able to take a paintbrush and fill in these areas that my printing tool missed out on. Like the other side of his ear. So I kind of like how the brush is making it look fluffy. Maybe I'll do that with all of the lines. So the print was like a guide. That way I know where to put my lines at. Nice fluffy bunny. Oh, these are looking kind of cute. I bet I could add some little bunny feet. One little bunny foot, two little bunny feet. I'm going to give this little girl some bunny feet too. One little bunny foot, two little bunny feet. This is starting to look like a really nice little picture. I want you to try to take this idea of printing with toilet paper rolls. See how well you can make it work. See what kinds of things you can create. One more bunny. I have two bunnies. I wonder how many bunnies you're going to make. I can't wait to see. Post your creations in the comments below. Have a great afternoon. And remember, stay artistic.